We turn now to today's other top story, the release of 2 more hostages by Hamas. Tonight, Israel is also issuing a new warning to civilians to evacuate northern Gaza. Another sign of a ground invasion may be imminent. We're also learning tonight that a top Marine general is now advising Israel's military. CBS's Charlie Daggett reports tonight from Tel Aviv.
Out of captivity tonight, 85-year-old Yocheved Lifshitz, 79-year-old Nurit Cooper. Their husbands are still thought to be in the hands of Hamas.
It's okay. Let's go.
Ahead of their release, Yocheved's grandson spoke of his grandparents' kindness.
My grandfather and grandmother were taking the sick people from Gaza Strip who cannot get their treatment there to Israeli hospitals.
It comes as Israeli forces launched a ferocious new assault across Gaza. Hundreds of explosions in some of the heaviest bombardment Gaza has seen in 2 weeks of Israeli airstrikes. Ahead of an expected ground offensive, U.S. officials warn of an escalation of violence across the region, especially from Iranian-backed groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon. CBS's Deborah Pata is in northern Israel.
We just arrived in the border town of Kiryat Shmona to film the evacuation of residents when we were ducking for cover. The air raid sirens were followed within seconds by a loud blast. What you've just been hearing is exactly why authorities want the last few thousand people left in this town to evacuate to safety. Less than a mile from here, this house had been hit by a mortar. Inside, a mother and her young children. The crossfire between Israel and Lebanon's Iranian-backed Hezbollah has picked up over the past 2 weeks amid growing fears it could kickstart a regional conflict.
Back in Gaza, the death toll has now soared to more than 5,000, Hamas says, with thousands of children among the dead, amid growing international condemnation of the civilian deaths. The Israeli military released graphic video of the massacre that unfolded here just over 2 weeks ago. Dash cam video said to be from a civilian car shows gunmen approaching the car and opening fire. A body cam recovered from one of the attackers shows a hail of gunfire. The bodies of the 2 victims slumped over, shot dead. In recent days, Israeli commandos have mounted raids into Gaza to attack targets and try to find out information about more than 220 hostages still held captive. The release of 2 more hostages tonight will come as a relief for their families. But to Hamas, it may serve as a stalling tactic to slow down Israel's all-out invasion.
As was the case when the American hostages were released just a couple of days ago, there was a brief lull in airstrikes today, our colleagues in Gaza tell us. But we're also hearing tonight of a possible strike on the al-Shati refugee camp, killing a number of civilians. That's according to the Hamas Health Ministry. Norah?
Charlie Daggett, thank you.